Hello everybody, welcome back to Grappleman's videos. Well, I've been doing this Post Proteus exploration for a little while now, and this video will be on just some of the things that I've had happen at some of these bases that I've landed at. As you can see here, I've had some interesting encounters. This is with the big boy himself. Anyway, before I begin, please forget to subscribe and like, comment, and I'll continue to make positive videos for Elite Dangerous. Okay, so I was out in the Pleiades sector and I was collecting listening post logs and research base logs and all this kind of stuff, looking for clues for what's going to happen. I haven't figured it out yet, except I have my theories, but I wanted to show you, those of you who are not engaging in this kind of activity that might be just interested in seeing what's going on out here, show you some of the things that have happened. First off, when you arrive and you see these guys hanging over these bases, it's a little scary and you feel like you're going to get attacked, but I was not attacked. In fact, I got as close as I could several times and I was not attacked. So this must just be kind of a flashback, or they're just checking for previous data. In every one of these research bases, there's some story of some attack or visit, and there are a lot of logs, and I will just show you a couple of sets from a couple places. There's also a lot of listening posts out there that have a lot of coordinates that go to these places, and it's just so many for one person to kind of look at. So someone in this community will eventually figure this out, or Frontier will give it to us. But in the meantime, it's been pretty interesting gameplay, because I am getting to visit some of the stuff about the game that I had no idea about. Most of these bases had several little data ports, so I will just let you hear this one research base just to give you the flavor.
The nanopesticides we're trialling appear to be working well. The genocrops have displayed an accelerated growth rate of 220%. It isn't much more than when using conventional biopesticides, but it's still progress. Nothing else to report, except that old Hank, our maintenance operator, claims to have seen strange lights over one of the agrodomes the other night. I assumed he'd been at the Lavian Brandy again, but when I checked the surveillance recordings, there was nothing but static. More than likely just a solar flare from the nearest star throwing out the camera feed. The nanopesticides have failed dramatically. I went to inspect one of the agrodomes earlier just to collect some readings. When I got there, the entire crop was dead. The whole plantation had just rotted away. The stink was so overpowering I had to close off the entire section. I had a look at the readings, but couldn't find any clue as to what happened. Everything was fine until 3:15 last night, and then out of nowhere, catastrophic failure. Strangely, the surveillance feed experienced another blip at exactly the same time. I had tech look at the problem, but so far they're none the wiser. I hate to think what old Hank would say. He'd probably blame it on the strange lights.
I hope you can hear this over the sirens. I'm leaving this report because our surveillance feeds are down. There's a ship. It blasted the facility with some kind of pulse, and now most of our systems are offline. It's like nothing I've seen before. From what I can make out, it's some kind of bioship, a living vessel. It took out half the agrodomes and destroyed the hangar bay, so there's no question of evacuation. I don't know what to do. I wasn't trained for this.
I think I'm the only one left. I just managed to get to the last intact agrodome before the admin center was completely destroyed. It's all quiet now, no sign of the bioship. No sign of anyone else either. I've tried every channel in my comms unit, but there's no reply. I guess I should count myself lucky. At least I survived. I can only hope someone investigates the loss in communication and comes to get me.
Pretty stressful time for her. Well, I managed to pick up a few resources as well, materials, and moved on. And I went to the Pleiades sector GW-WC1-15 to go see Dominic's Corner, and I saw a little activity from way out in space, as you can see, a little yellow dot. So I took a little outside the ship shot to see what this would look like, and here comes a Thargoid up to greet me. And apparently he's interested in something up in space, so I tried to see what it was, but it looked like he was just leaving. Anyway, I returned back down to Dominic's Corner, and again, it's another one of these bases that has ship logs on it. And but this one also has quite a few nice materials, sort of like Dav's Hope. And so at the very least, I got a couple important materials. Anyway, there were 4 logs here, and I will let these play as well.
Production is currently at 91%. The specifications for these new weapons are unique, so it's only natural we'd have teething problems when calibrating our machinery. Normally, head office would be sticking their oar in, but they've been conspicuous in their silence. Could be something to do with the fact that Aegis has given us the blueprints to the most sophisticated weaponry in the galaxy. The corporation's set to make a fortune when these prototypes go to mass production. Of course, we're also proud to be safeguarding the galaxy from the Thargoid threat. And it helps that Aegis is paying us a fortune for the privilege. Today, we had the royal visit. Spot check from the man at Aegis. He walks in, black-suited and slick-haired, hulking bodyguards like he was the president of the Federation or something. I'm not gonna lie, I was bloody intimidated. Especially since I was the one giving him the guided tour. He introduced himself as Mr. Black. I'm fairly sure that wasn't his real name, but I wasn't gonna question it. He walked around the plant for about an hour and he didn't say a word. I was expecting the worst, but he just thanked me for the tour, told me to keep up the good work and left. Keep up the good work. I'm taking that as a win. A warning message came in on an encrypted channel. It was Mr. Black himself. I've recognized that voice anyway. He said the facility would be coming under attack imminently and we had to evacuate at once. He was sparse on details, but he was pretty convincing. I've told the floor supervisors to initiate evacuation protocols, but I can't leave yet. There's simply too much confidential material here. It has to be destroyed. I tried to contact head office for further instruction, but I couldn't get through. I hope I'm doing the right thing. The attack came. It wasn't raided. It was a Thargoid ship. Popped up on the scanners and set about destroying the facility. When it hit the main planet, I thought it was the end, but then federal ships arrived. Don't know where they came from. Maybe he just sent them. Oh, thank God I managed to evacuate everyone in time. Death toll could have been catastrophic. As it stands, we lost a few billion credits in machinery. I'll let the beam counters worry about that. I'm just glad no one was hurt.
Alright folks, well that's about it for me. I saw a lot of listening posts, a lot of research bases, and from everything I've read, I'm still convinced that Salvation was a Thargoid cultist, and he tricked us all into firing this weapon that would encourage the Thargoids to come and grab the dead humans and cultists and bring them back as Thargoid zombie types. That's what I fully expect to happen. I don't have an inside track, but that's where I think this is going. Until later, Grapple Man out.